There is something uniquely compelling about the story of Davis Mills, something that separates him from the typical NFL quarterback narrative. His journey has never been about the bright lights, the hype, or the dramatic climb to glory that often defines a young star's rise. Instead, his story is quieter, built on patience, resilience, and the subtle but powerful determination of a player who has always understood the long game. When you look closely at the path he has taken from Georgia to Stanford to the NFL, what begins to emerge is a portrait of an athlete whose career has been shaped not by noise, but by steadiness, not by headlines, but by preparation, and not by privilege, but by persistence. And to fully appreciate where he is today, you have to understand the foundation built long before he stepped onto an NFL field. Davis Mills grew up in Duluth, Georgia, in a home anchored by strong values, academic expectations, and a steady sense of support that became the bedrock of his personality. His parents never treated football like the entire world, never created an atmosphere where his identity was wrapped up in one sport. Instead, they emphasized balance, school, responsibility, humility, and personal growth. His two older sisters played just as important a role in shaping his competitive drive. Growing up with siblings who were equally ambitious forced him to earn his place, to develop discipline early, and to learn how to push himself without being pushed by anyone else. His family was tight-knit, the kind that attends every event, cheers loud but respectfully, and keeps each child grounded even as accomplishments begin to grow. For Mills, that grounding became essential once his natural athletic gifts began drawing attention. By the time he reached Greater Atlanta Christian School, it was clear he possessed a rare talent for the quarterback position. Coaches recognized the advanced mechanics, smooth footwork, and calm decision-making that made him stand out from peers. His accuracy was not explosive or flashy, but sharp, controlled, and consistent. He had a way of making the game look slower, as if he were operating a half step ahead of everyone else. That mental processing, not just the physical skill, separated him early and drew college recruiters from across the country. Yet even in those peak high school years, Mills experienced setbacks that tested his maturity. Injuries threatened his momentum, forcing him to miss valuable time and preventing him from stacking the typical dominant statistical seasons expected of a top recruit. But it was in those quiet, difficult months that his true personality emerged. He didn't sulk, didn't panic, didn't allow the opinions of scouts to dictate his self-worth. Instead, he focused on rehabilitation, study, and maintaining the steady approach that would one day define him as a professional quarterback. Despite the injuries, Mills was rated as the top high school quarterback prospect in his class, a testament to how much evaluators valued his intelligence, decision-making, and long-term potential. When Stanford University offered him a scholarship, the fit could not have been more perfect. Stanford has always sought quarterbacks who can master complex playbooks, operate pro-style systems, and bring maturity to the most demanding position in sports. Mills checked every box. His family supported the decision wholeheartedly, proud that he chose a university known not only for athletics, but for academic excellence and personal development. The transition to Stanford was not glamorous. He redshirted his freshman year, absorbing the mental demands of the system while watching and learning from the sidelines. His family was there through the entire adjustment, visiting campus, supporting him emotionally, and reinforcing the message that development takes time, that true growth requires patience. When he finally stepped onto the field, injuries still followed him, complicating his opportunity to fully showcase his talent. But when he was healthy, the flashes were undeniable. Mills operated David Shaw's offense with precision and command, showing an ability to read coverages, progress through options, and throw with touch that mirrored the requirements of the NFL. His performance in several key games caught the attention of scouts who saw beyond the limited sample size. They saw a quarterback built for the next level, one whose strengths would translate well into professional football. The 2021 NFL Draft marked the beginning of the next chapter, and Houston became the unexpected landing spot. When the Texans selected Davis Mills in the third round, few outside observers expected him to contribute immediately. The team was in transition, dealing with organizational changes, roster challenges, and uncertainty at the quarterback position. The environment was turbulent, far from the ideal scenario for a rookie still refining his game. But this is where Mills' lifetime of emotional discipline became invaluable. Instead of being overwhelmed, he approached the situation with the same steady mindset that had carried him through high school injuries and collegiate adversity. As a rookie, Mills was thrust into the starting role earlier than anticipated. He faced elite defenses, rotating weapons, shifting game plans, and relentless pressure, both physical and media-driven. But through it all, he maintained an impressive calm. He read defenses effectively for a rookie, delivered accurate throws, and began to establish trust within the locker room. By the end of the season, his numbers compared favorably with many of the top quarterbacks in his draft class. He set several franchise rookie passing records and proved he could execute an NFL offense with structure and confidence. Even in losses, teammates and coaches praised his maturity, his composure, and his ability to bounce back after mistakes. These are not traits you can teach. They are traits shaped by upbringing, reinforced by adversity, and strengthened by experience. His second year brought new challenges, new coaches, and new expectations. Mills entered the season as the presumed starter, but found himself navigating an offense still trying to find its identity. Analysts criticized inconsistencies, but internally, coaches continued to value his processing ability, accuracy, and leadership. He remained the type of quarterback teammates gravitated toward because of his quiet steadiness. He never complained, never got rattled publicly, never deflected blame. His professionalism shone through even as the team continued to rebuild around him. Mills became known as the quarterback who could step in at any moment and stabilize an offense. He earned the reputation of a cerebral, reliable presence, someone who could digest game plans quickly, adapt to coaching changes, and provide a sense of continuity in turbulent environments. When roster moves shifted responsibilities and playing time, he remained mentally prepared, approaching every week as though he were the starter. That mindset earned him respect league-wide. Coaches around the NFL spoke highly of his adaptability, his understanding of passing concepts, and his ability to make the right play even when under heavy pressure. Off the field, the influence of his family remained a consistent source of strength. Mills often credits them for instilling humility, emotional balance, and a strong work ethic. They have remained active in his journey, never missing major milestones, always staying involved from a distance without overwhelming him. Their presence keeps him grounded in a sport known for its volatility. It is their steady guidance that allows him to face the pressure of professional football with a clarity and confidence rarely found in young quarterbacks. As his professional journey continues evolving, Mills occupies a unique space in the league. He is still young enough to keep developing, still skilled enough to start, and still respected enough to serve as a trusted leader in any quarterback room. His story is a reminder that NFL success is not always defined by star status or viral highlights. Sometimes, the true value of a quarterback lies in reliability, intelligence, and the ability to deliver under less than ideal circumstances. Mills is the type of player coaches appreciate. Someone who shows up early, studies deeply, communicates clearly, and executes with discipline. He is the kind of quarterback who elevates a locker room through consistency and example rather than speeches and theatrics. The league is full of quarterbacks who entered with hype only to flame out under the weight of expectations. Davis Mills is the opposite, someone who continues to outlast expectations because he builds his career on substance rather than flash. He has already shown he can thrive when thrown into chaos, already proven he can earn the respect of veterans, already demonstrated the traits of a long-term professional. And as the NFL continues to evolve, the value of quarterbacks like Mills, steady, intelligent, composed, remains as important as ever. There is still much unwritten in his story, and that is what makes following his career so interesting. Whether he earns a long-term starting opportunity, becomes one of the league's best and most trusted backups, or finds a new home where he can fully maximize his skills, Davis Mills has already proven that he belongs in professional football. His journey has been carved by hard work, shaped by family, strengthened by adversity, and propelled by a competitive fire that remains understated but undeniably strong. Every step of his career stands as a testament to resilience and preparation. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth journey through the life and career of Davis Mills. His story proves that true strength comes from character, resilience, and commitment to growth. If you enjoyed this tribute, and want more long-form stories like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue bringing these powerful athlete journeys to life. Until next time, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.